right, everybody, welcome to B.O. Boys for Wednesday, April 8th. F it, it's a raw feed. We're doing it live in studio. I'm Clayton.
Yeah, I'm Pat. So Clayton, last episode was one for the history books. It was Kirk 20. Kirk Minahan is back. He's out there. He's on the B.O. Boys. So go back, listen to that if you haven't. But big weekend preview coming up. We got 2 movies. We just watched the trailers for them. Are you revved up to talk about the 2 movies that we're previewing this weekend? Are you amped? Are you jacked? Are you juiced to the gills to talk about Yumi, Tuscany, and Faces of
Death? I'm excited that both of these movies are going to theaters.
Yep.
I think that's a great sign, especially Yumi and Tuscany.
That is one that very much could have ended up on the cock. This director's last movie, she did Marry Me, and that was, I guess day and date, but it was like mostly on the cock.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it was like 40% on the cock, 60% not on.
Mm-hmm.
This is 100% off the cock, a Universal Studios release in theaters. So that's great.
Yeah, I mean, and again, like, we watched the trailer right beforehand.
Yep. So we're fresh. We wanted to be fresh with these.
Yeah, and I know it was, it's a Universal movie, but this is the sort of movie that gets made on Netflix, put out on Netflix, forgotten about.
Yep.
And with this, it's getting a rollout.
Yep.
It's getting movie posters.
Yep.
It's legitimate.
Standees. There's probably some standees out there. Not a lot, but there are. It's not Project Hail Mary level of standees, but there's probably some standees of Ray J. Jean Page and, little trees from Tuscany.
Haley Bailey,
yeah. So that's okay. So let's start with Yumi and Tuscany.
Okay.
So this is Haley Bailey, she was the Little Mermaid a couple of years ago. So just comes out of the gate with a huge movie, and Ray J. Jean Page, we're not the romance streamo boys, but he was season 1 of Bridgerton and sort of
breakout star.
Got to host SNL.
Yes.
And then
which at the time was shocking to us.
Yes.
We all felt very shocked by this.
Yeah.
SNL, usually when you go through, and you can see this on the cock, you can scroll through the seasons. And you can't see every sketch because for some reason, I don't know, Lauren wants to keep things off. Who knows? But you can see the hosts, and they usually do a good job of picking people who are not necessarily super like flash in the pan, like one-hit wonder situations. Musical guest, different story. But, you see the host and you're like, oh, that's somebody who had a pretty big career. That's somebody who did. He felt like one that was like, are we going to look back in a few years and be like, who is this guy?
Well, and I think this movie might be... Is this movie going to be the deciding factor in the history of Ray J. Jean Page?
Because he did that Dungeons & Dragons movie, which we now definitively know will not get a sequel.
Is that true? That has been confirmed.
It's been so many years since
it came out in 2023, but people did love that movie.
But it didn't make enough money.
Even with Bradley Cooper doing a cameo.
No.
It didn't. So
I think that was the one where we were like, are they going to just throw this franchise out? Or are they going to not make another movie? Because it didn't reach the point where you're like, slam doink, this is getting a second one. But maybe I'm not reading the Deadline article that came out 2 years ago or a year ago saying they have one in the works. I have a feeling that we've seen the last of that Dungeons and Dragons gang together.
Okay.
That's my thought.
And then since then, he's been in Black Bag, the Soderbergh movie, which was good, but people liked it, but it didn't really do much of the box office. He was in Gray Man. He hasn't taken as a movie star yet.
Gray Man. But he hasn't.
They're not big.
Gray Man, especially,
attempts.
Nobody remembers.
Yeah, it is. When you look at what he's gotten since that season of Bridgerton, this is the star vehicle. Yumi and Tuscany, a romantic comedy. I would say comedy.
Yeah. Back to his roots, at least in the sense of how we came to know him.
Yes.
Which is in romance.
Yes. And we saw this trailer. He takes his shirt off and he gets the glory shot of like a bus full of women The bus stops, sees him without the shirt. They're going nuts.
They're like, I'd eat, pray, love with you.
Yes. So there we go. He's getting objectified, which if you are a movie star, it's where you want to be. You don't want the bus to stop because everyone's saying like, ew, when they vomit off the side of the bus. That's a bad spot to be in as a movie star.
Yeah, you don't want it to be stopping, slowing down like it's a train wreck.
Yes.
You want your body to be sort of like
a wonderland.
A wonderland.
Yes. Yeah. So he's in that good spot of he's getting the movie is built around bus stops when his shirt comes off and they're happy about it. They're not vomiting. But is this a star-making vehicle for him? You know, it's a small movie. It's not going to be opening to 30, 40 million. I don't think anyone's expecting that.
But it could have legs. The hope for this movie is it opens not terribly. Mm-hmm. Or, I mean, listen, and I know this movie had probably more well-known people at the time.
Okay.
Or maybe not that much more well-known.
Okay.
Anyone But You. It opened to 7.
Yeah.
And then it just kept going up.
Right.
So
it had the Christmas corridor.
Yeah, that's true. So
this does not have a Christmas corridor. It doesn't even have an Easter corridor.
It doesn't. And then I haven't seen a lot of media with the 2 stars, although they did do a Lad Bible video, and I've been too busy to watch it.
Oh, wow. That's how busy
That's how busy that I didn't stop everything to watch this Lad Bible, eating different, because it's got to be England. It's got to be English and American. It's got to be UK and American.
So he's UK.
Because he's UK, and Haley Bailey, I'm pretty sure, is US of A.
Okay.
So it's got to be US versus UK.
And are these...
Which are the best ones?
I haven't watched these videos. Are these competitive where like a country does win at the end of the video? Okay.
They sort of have to agree on which country's snack is better.
Okay. And what happens to the losing country?
Oh, I mean tariffs.
Okay, that's how they're decided. Mm-hmm. It makes as much sense as anything else.
Yeah.
So this is a romantic movie set in Italy, set in Tuscany. Is there a draw to Italy? Does Italy have any juice where people are going to be looking at going through the newspaper, going through all of the movie listings and say, oh, here's a movie. You know, I'm not maybe familiar with the stars, but it takes place in Italy. Is that get people into the theater?
I think so. I think there is a sort of idealized feeling about Italy that people have. I mean, obviously, since spending a lot of time with you, I no longer have that idolized vision of Italy because it's where you come from, so it can't be that great.
Okay.
Obviously.
I mean, I'm from the old neighborhood, though.
That's true, yeah.
And there's not enough romantic comedy set in the old neighborhood.
No, you're right.
That's where it should be. It should be taking place on the street corners, next to the bodega, just guys reading his daily news, about to call Mike and the Mad Dog, and then he sees a beautiful lady across the street, and he's like, what's your deal?
What's your deal? Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your dad? Because I know him. They know. I mean,
of course you know.
Nobody doesn't know anybody.
Yeah.
But
her dad, the twist in this movie, the romantic comedy set in the old neighborhood, her dad was killed by his dad.
Oh, shot outside of Spumani Gardens.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Because he opened his mouth and that was that. But can they fall in love? Find out this Friday in the old neighborhood.
Yeah. See, I mean, I'd watch that.
You'd watch that, but would you watch You, Me, and Tuscany? Doesn't seem like there's mob violence in this movie.
It's well hidden if there is.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think the Italian mafia plays a big role in You, Me, and Tuscany.
No. So, yeah, listen, shot beautifully. Usually Italy is looked at as a beautiful place. I mean, modern filmmakers don't really know how to make things look pretty anymore. Right. So I don't know. I mean, just looking at the trailer on a TV, like a computer desktop, I didn't feel the grandeur of Italy, but who knows? Maybe if you see it on the big screen, it won't look like a Netflix movie.
Right.
Who knows? But I think there is an element of that too. I mean, there's also an element of the fact that this is a movie that stars 2 people of color.
Great.
And you've seen every white actress go to Italy.
Yep. Diane Lane's been already. We're
Yeah.
not sending her again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Julia
Julia
Roberts
Roberts has been there.
Has been to Italy.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Meryl Streep's been to Italy a thousand
So many
times, I'm sure.
I'm sure Amy Adams has been to Italy. She's definitely been to Ireland.
Yeah.
Janine Garofalo was
Ireland,
not
yeah.
Italy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's so many
There's
actors
so
have
many
been to Italy.
and been to Europe in general.
Yes.
So I think the twist of this, which it shouldn't be a twist, but it is, because they don't make a lot of movies starring two people of color in romantic comedies that get released in theaters. There is something really fun about that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think that's going to draw people, because we've seen this over and over again. When you give movies to people who don't necessarily always get movies made for them, they'll go.
Yeah. Yeah. So
romantic comedy fans will go too, because that's also a small segment that isn't being served.
And it's not the director of Girls Trip, but it's from the producer of Girls Trip. And I think that is a movie that still has a cachet to it remember when something like Girls Trip would come out in the theater and we'd all go see it, and someone would be peeing from a zip line or whatever she was peeing from, and we all laughed together. Like, there is a nice sense memory when you think of Girls Trip. So I think that being on the poster and in the trailer definitely helps.
Yeah.
Even though it's not the director of Girls Trip,
No.
but just like from a guy who brought you Girls Trip.
Yeah, from one of the dudes who brought you Girls Trip.
Yes. Yeah, they didn't go with the one of the dudes who
one of the allies. One of the allies that brought you Girls Trip.
But I think that helps. There is an aspect of this trailer, of this story, where it's like she goes there. This is not a spoiler because it's in the trailer, but she goes to Italy. She, I guess accidentally, breaks into someone's house. And then there's the threat of she's got to lie about being engaged to someone, or else she's going to jail in Italy.
Yes.
And so they do play on the Italy being corrupt
I don't think that's true, because
you don't think that's in the air?
No.
You really don't want to go to jail in Italy.
I think you don't want to go to jail anywhere.
Sure.
But I mean, also in the trailer, she talks to a guy who says he has a villa that no one's at, and she goes to it.
Right.
So she's in the wrong here. But from the trailer, unless they reveal some other reason why she goes there, she meets a guy at a bar. He says, I have this villa. And she's like, oh, well, the door is unlocked. And then she goes there and is going to stay there, which is fine. But it also is illegal.
I do think, though, this story is playing on what we know of the Italian justice system.
Okay.
Who was the woman who she was a college student and she went to Italy, and then her roommate got murdered?
Amanda Knox.
Amanda Knox, of course.
DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo wins.
Won the race.
Yeah. DuckDuckGo. Amanda Knox, of course. So Yumi and Tuscany, all to say, is this partially based on Amanda Knox, or at least playing off of the audience's love for the Amanda Knox story?
I mean, they're not revealing that much, so it's possible.
Is it
We
possible?
don't see a dead body, but it's possible.
I don't think this movie's going to have a murder. I don't think in that way. I think just everyone knows
what happened to Amanda Knox.
And everyone knows, obviously you don't want to be accused of a crime anywhere.
Yeah, but especially Italy.
Especially not in Italy.
Yeah.
Okay. She's probably not in this movie because she probably doesn't ever want to go back to Italy.
Amanda Knox?
But yeah, Amanda Knox doing a cameo in Yumi and Tuscany.
Which just is like a barista.
Yes.
Would be a fun little nod.
But this was filmed in Italy, I think. I don't think they filmed it in Toronto for Italy.
Maybe.
I
mean, I think maybe a lot of the indoor stuff could have been shot on a lot somewhere.
Okay. But the exteriors, I think they did go to Tuscany.
Probably. Or they sent a drone over there.
Mm-hmm.
And they did some overhead shots.
So then maybe, because I don't think Amanda Knox would go back to Italy.
Maybe she just had to go to Burbank.
Yeah.
And shoot on a set.
Right.
Of an Italian villa, which also could be triggering.
Yeah.
So who knows?
Yeah. I think, okay.
Maybe you blindfold her until you yell, action.
And she didn't know she was where the movie was set. She just knew she was She just knows she's an actor now.
She's got a cameo.
Yeah.
And then take it off, and she's a barista at like an Italian cafe.
Yeah. And she didn't know that that's what was going to be the set of it.
But she's a professional, and she gets through it.
Or it's like a separate. It's a prank show too. Where she's actually going to be in Yumi and Tuscany doing a cameo, but you're getting BTS content that you could use on some kind of like prank YouTube channel.
So it's like We Took Amanda Knox to Italy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you get that out of it, but then you also get her acting in the scene in Yumi and Tuscany. I don't think we could rule out that she's in this, but she wasn't in the trailer. So I don't think that doesn't add to the opening weekend number.
No.
If she is in this movie.
But it would get people a buzz.
And you want them to be a buzz. Yeah. I think this could do a little over the expectations because
But what even are the expectations?
I think it's like 9 to 14-ish.
Okay,
last
that
I
sounds
saw.
right.
And has there been anything for just like the romance craving audience in the last month or so? Like anything since Wuthering Heights?
Colleen Hoover.
But
more dramatic.
Yeah.
But it's romance.
It is, but that's like sad romance. This is fun romance. Have we had when's the last time we've had a fun romance? Because Project Hail Mary is a bromance between Ryan Gosling
and a tennis ball
the puppet named Rocky. That's a bromance.
There's really no difference between a romance between a puppet and a tennis ball. Because they're both inanimate objects.
I think you ask anyone who has been in love with a puppet, and they would tell you, Clayton, there's a big difference.
Okay.
There's one very big difference.
A huge difference.
Yeah. So, Project Hail Mary wasn't a romance. I mean, the Super Mario Galaxy movie, I haven't seen it yet, but I don't think Mario and Princess Peach is like the reason people are going.
No.
Though it's there. And, they do whatever they do. And Wuthering Heights is romance, but not fun, poppy romance comedy. That's so. There is an opening in the marketplace to have like a fun romantic comedy that we haven't had in a while.
And there's nothing else really new except for a horror movie, which we'll get to.
I mean, let's get to it now. Faces of Death. So this is the main character in this movie, Faces of Death, is someone who is curating videos for a channel.
Well, I wouldn't say curating. I would say
moderating
content.
She's a content moderator. Have we ever had a major motion picture where the lead character was a content moderator?
Major motion picture, no. But I was telling you that there was another movie that was an indie movie that had a similar plot that wasn't a slasher, and I think it starred the young lady from that movie Forbidden Fruit, which just came out.
Okay.
But she was also in Riverdale.
Okay.
And I'm trying to remember what the name of this movie is. And I'm going to have to go through so many DuckDuckGoes to find Lily Reinhardt, I believe, was the star of this film.
Of that one.
Let me see if I can find it.
But
not one that has had a major release in theaters.
Yeah, so this is a first. This Faces of Death is the first time we're getting a content moderator is your lead character in a movie. Do we think that is a profession, a type of person that the public has been waiting to hear their story? Content moderators.
Of course not.
Okay.
So this movie was called American Sweatshop. It came out in 2025. A look at the toll of social media through the eyes of a character who's dealing with a chaotic personal life. Okay, so she does play a moderator.
She is a content moderator.
Yes.
And we never, back in the day, had someone who's a main character who was like standards and practices at a network, and that's the main character.
Standards and practice? No, I don't think so.
Right? So this is really a first. We're finally getting to see someone who looks at content and says, is this
appropriate.
suitable
Yeah.
for an audience? And that is our lead character. So it's played by Barbie Ferreira, is the lead of Faces of Death. And now she's a Euphoria person.
Yep.
So, you know, me and you, neither of us have watched Euphoria. We understand who's been on it.
Mm-hmm. A lot of great people have come out of that show.
A lot of great people. We've seen clips of the show for sure.
Yeah, I've seen clips. Yeah.
But we've never watched full episodes, nor should we.
No.
Honestly, maybe even legally we shouldn't. But her being from that show, it's like there's an audience for that is going to come out.
Yeah.
And this is a horror movie, so I think there's a lot of overlap there of like young people watch Euphoria and then are up for going to a horror movie.
She also I believe she made the list of the Big Picture's 35 under 35.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I do think that she was at the lower end of it, but
Okay.
I do believe she made that list.
Good for her. I mean, and she's only 29.
Yeah.
So lower end, but also like younger end on the, the career there. Yeah, so I think she's someone who, like, for the most part, nobody knows, but like the people who know her might be really apt to go see her in a big movie.
These horror movies usually get a young audience,
Yep.
and a young audience watches Euphoria. So it works that way. The same way that we fell for it when these WB actors
Yes.
were in horror movies back in our day.
Yes.
Where it was like, oh, look, Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I'm there day one.
Right?
Yep.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
She was one.
Yeah.
Neve Campbell
Neve Campbell. Yep.
of Scream fame.
Yep. Joshua Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were there. WB star in a horror movie. We were there. So yeah, that's Euphoria is the modern day WB teen dramedy. Charlie XCX is in this movie. So if we're talking about the young audience and who's a star to them, Charlie XCX. I think she's a draw. I mean, she had her mockumentary. She had her, like, This Is Spinal Tap. And it did whatever it did. I feel like that movie was hard to cover because it never got, like, as wide a release as we thought it was about to get.
Yeah, no, it didn't. It did not break out in any way.
Mm-hmm.
But, and she's trying the acting thing.
Yeah?
She was in some SNL sketches.
Yep. Wait, did she host or she was just a musical guest who was in sketches this year?
I believe she was a musical guest.
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
I know she definitely was in the Lonely Island, one of their music videos.
Oh, yeah. The one last year, the Call the Cops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here I go.
Yeah, she's definitely going for it, and I think people liked the moment. Like, that was not a disaster in any way. So I think, and you know what? It's a smart move. Get in a horror movie.
Yeah.
If you're trying to break in and you got a young audience, get into a horror movie.
We were talking about, I know what you did I still know what you did last summer. Brondy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Was it?
Brondy was in there.
Yeah.
We were there for it. We were seated.
We were like, oh, sitting up in my room. Cool.
Yeah. So
The Boy Is Mine. Remember that was a big.
that was huge.
Yeah.
Were you blasting that driving down the street in your podunk town?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
Everybody
was
was
unpaved street, the dirt road
Yeah,
in your
it was
podunk town. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were just blasting Brondy, The Boy Is Mine.
But I was more of a Monica fan.
Okay.
Angel of Mine. That's a big song
Yeah.
for me. Yeah. That was me and my high school girlfriend's song.
Really?
Angel of Mine, yeah.
Is she listening right now?
Probably not.
Okay.
I mean, if she's
Is she behind the door to our studio right now?
that'd be huge.
It'd be huge for our YouTube numbers.
Yeah.
If I opened that door and she was there and your babysitter together.
Whoa, yeah,
that would
that'd
be
be
huge.
huge. But those are two different parts of the state, so they
Yeah.
wouldn't cross over.
Yeah. And they're legally not allowed to cross state lines anymore.
No, I don't know. That's a good question. I do know last time I checked, she was married.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But that was like early Facebook days.
Okay.
That was
okay.
remember when Facebook first came out and the first thing everybody did
Yeah.
was just like look at everybody they'd ever dated.
Yep.
Yeah.
And see if they're married and then
yeah.
feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all married.
They're all married. Yeah.
They're all married young.
So did you and your girlfriend or you and your babysitter back in the day watch the Faces of Death videos? Because this movie is based off of that actual video series that it was a collection of real deaths. I mean, now for those who are watching on YouTube, because we are YouTubers, hey guys, Clayton just did the air quotes to say like they aren't real. The Faces of Death.
Some of them were footage of accidents that were real,
Yep.
I believe, and then some of them were fake.
So some of them were fake. So when you and your girlfriend would watch Faces of Death videos, would you watch them and you'd be like, fake, real, fake? Was that a typical date night for the two of you?
No, so I mean, funny enough though, because I was going to ask you what your history with these movies are.
Mm-hmm.
I did not watch them with a girlfriend, but
Okay.
we did rent one of these with a group of friends when I think I was pre-high school. I think I was probably in middle school. And back then you could just rent whatever you wanted if you knew people behind the desk. They were cool about it, right? And so I didn't know you didn't have the internet to check if they was real or not. So there was a few that you could tell were sort of fake, but my friend's older brother was like, no, that shit's all real, to like scare us.
Oh, wow.
Because he knew it was fake,
Yeah.
but he was like, no, that shit's all real. And so he scared us all. We were scared.
Wow.
And I remember I lived across the street from my best friend, and I remember being afraid just walking like across the street from his house to my house.
Okay.
After watching Faces of Death. And I remember this vividly.
Because you thought some of those would happen to you, or you were just...
I thought, because I was like, oh, I'm going to get Faces of Death on my way home.
I saw
that was also Satanic Panic.
Right.
Era.
And your parents were very worried about it.
Yeah, it was real. We got a note. From, I went to a Catholic school.
Okay.
And we got a note that to take home to our parents about Satanists.
Oh, wow.
Because someone had killed a cat and put it on the steps of the church with a pentagram. And we had to bring a note home that there were Satanists active in the area.
That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Wow, they did the pentagram.
They did
and
the
a
pentagram.
Dead cat.
That poor cat.
Was it someone's cat or is it a stray cat that no one knew?
The cat I don't think was identified. I think it was a stray cat.
Did you ever identify the Satanists?
No.
So they're still at large.
They're still active. Of course they're still active.
Wow.
To this day, they're still active.
We never had, in the old neighborhood, there was never a satanic panic. I mean, obviously, a little before me, there was Son of Sam panic. Everyone was into that. It was more man with a van. That was the
throw you in.
The blue vans.
Yeah.
Not so much Satanists, but just like blue van, get a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all have seen the episode of Different Strokes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
So yeah, not so much Satanists. Yeah, I've seen Faces of Death probably around the same time, like high school.
VHS. I don't think they ever made it to DVD.
Yeah, if you are a physical media guy and you're converting like everything you've got, like Tracy Letts.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
So at this point, is he more famous as an actor, a playwright, or a guy who collects DVDs?
Guy who collects DVDs.
Yeah. So he's got, 30,000 DVDs. He's got a whole finished basement that's all DVDs. Do you think he's got the Faces of Death on VHS, or is he just like, I can't play this on my Blu-ray player or my DVD player? I can't.
It depends, because it might have been released in a different country on Blu-ray or DVD, and he might have like a DVD player that plays those discs, like the different. It's like district. It's not district, but you know what I mean. Like
yeah.
There's UK movies that are only released over there can be played on these Blu-rays and DVD players, which I think he probably sprung for.
Yeah. if it exists on Blu-ray, you've got to get it. You got to get it. Yeah, I've seen them. I don't remember being like scared of them, but maybe I saw it a little older than you. If I saw it like when I was like 14 or something.
Yeah.
I enjoy it for sure.
You enjoy it.
Well, it's as a piece of Americana.
Yeah.
It leaves it's a fun.
So it's
party
Whistler's
activity.
Mother.
Yeah.
And a Faces of Death VHS.
Yes. It's the what's the one with the farmer couple with the
American Gothic.
American Gothic. Yeah, it's American Gothic and Faces of Death.
Not to be confused with the short-lived TV show American Gothic.
No.
That was created by Sean Cassidy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
David Cassidy's brother.
Do we think that there is a fondness and a nostalgia for the Faces of Death video series of some real, some faked depictions of murder and dying? Do you remember the one with the guy with the horse? That's in Faces of one of the Faces of Death, right?
Who gets killed by being
familiar with a horse.
Be familiar with a horse, biblically knowing a horse. I don't think that was in Faces of Death, right? Because I think that is thoroughly illegal, unless it's faked.
So is that just
I think that's early
video?
internet.
That's early internet.
So
okay.
Here's why I feel like this could be coming at the right time. I do think that this is coming at the right time,
yep,
and I'm not.
I agree.
That's not a pun dealing with the horse.
Being familiar with the horse. No.
Yeah. Is that the internet's been around long enough that young people found, horrible things on the internet. And that's something that they remember from their youth. I mean, 2 girls, 1 cup.
Yeah, that's purely internet.
We were
not Faces
in
of
our
Death.
20s, maybe, or late college or out of college when that happened.
We were out of college. I remember watching that, and it just dropped. It was the hot new thing. Watching that at a like an apartment party, and I probably was like 23 or something.
Yeah,
and
so
we
we
all
were out of
gathered
school.
around, and we were playing it over and over again. And then it's sort of like, and right away, is it real? And I'm like, it's real, guys, it's real.
Yeah, and it's
spectacular. Yeah.
So there's that, and then of course, talking about Tracy Letts, but there is a groundswell of interest in physical media amongst young people.
Yep.
I just went to Night Owl Video.
Okay.
In Williamsburg.
Oh, okay.
Which is a physical media store that opened up last year, I think, and is really all in saying death to streaming, physical media, bring it back.
Right.
They have a bunch of VHSs. They've got new DVDs. They've got used DVDs. But I think that's like cachet now.
Yeah.
To have when people go to your house for a Hinge date. They're going to be, do they have books? You got to have books. You got to have books.
You got to have books. Just buy books and put them there, and you don't have to read them, but you got to have them.
But I do think at this point, you got to have some DVDs.
Yeah.
You got to have DVDs. You got to have some CDs maybe. Vinyl, of course. You got to have that. You got to have some physical
I'm really
media.
getting into vinyl now.
Of course you are.
The thing is, it just sounds better.
It sounds better. Yeah,
it sounds
of course. Absolutely. And so I think that if this movie is good, and we were looking at the credits of the person who made this movie.
Yeah.
And we have liked both of their previous movies. Their first one was a Streamo movie.
It was Cam. So the director of Faces of Death is Daniel Goldhaber, and his filmography, he directed Cam in 2018. Wow, that's a while ago, which was a great thriller about a cam girl.
Yes.
And
a world that I knew nothing about and you knew like a lot about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching that. I was like, oh, yeah, that's how it is. That's how that goes.
Because you weren't like fake. You were like real.
Yeah.
Those are real details.
Yep. They nailed it. And that was a great movie because it had a lot of twists. It was definitely something that wasn't only on the surface premise. It got really interesting. How to Blow Up a Pipeline.
Which you saw and I haven't seen, which I now do want to see because I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, that's a good movie. So 2 for 2. So Faces of Death is directed by a real filmmaker.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from IFC Shudder, so it'll be in theaters and then it'll be on Shudder in a couple of months.
That's the one thing. It's like not a Neon movie. It's not an A24 movie, so the distribution is going to be smaller. It's going to be in less theaters.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
They've had successes.
You saw something like the Night with the Devil. What is that? Late Night with the Devil.
Made like $12 million total, yeah.
And then the one that was the slasher film that was from...
In a Violent Nature.
In a Violent Nature.
Yeah, so they know how to get to that audience. I think there is some cachet to an IFC film when it doesn't have Dave Franco in it.
Yes.
Which this does not. I'm looking at the cast list. There's no Dave Franco, which means there's also no Alison Brie.
Good.
There is Jermaine Fowler, which...
Ooh, that's tough.
They're not pushing him. He's not in the trailer.
He wasn't in the trailer, so that's
I
good.
think it's fine. I think... I'm totally with you. I think there is some video nostalgia. And people love those VHS movies. Like, those always do really well.
And they're always the same story, and they're always shot the same way,
Yep.
and they always have the same ending, but
Yep.
people still watch them.
And people... I still watch them. Yeah, I don't know if the Faces of Death IP... It's a great... The thing is, it is just a great title.
It's a great title.
Great combination of words. Faces of Death. And
there is something about if you're a young person and you just like horror movies because you like to go to a dark place and with your friends or with your current girlfriend, boyfriend, partner,
babysitter,
and do whatever. There will be a sort of, let me look up Faces of Death, and then they'll see in the trailer, it's based on this video series, and then they'll read on the Wikipedia, wait, this is actually real. Like this is a video series that existed.
Yes.
And then they'll go and look into that, and there's something fun and creepy about that this isn't just like a video series made up by people. This was actually like released and an underground phenomenon.
Well, is this going to be a boon to the original Faces of Death video series? Like what's the name of that video store you went to?
Night Owl.
Night Owl. Night Owl should make sure, and if you had a good experience there, maybe give them a friendly call. Say, I'm from the B.O. Boys. Faces of Death is coming out this weekend. Make sure you stock up and get some copies of Faces of Death in your store. Because I do think people are going to want to go back and say, let me go see that movie where Bud Dwyer is in it.
Yeah. Okay, so I am Googling.
The first Faces of Death had Bud Dwyer, right? Was he? Would you say he's considered the star of the first Faces of Death movie?
Oh, I mean, I see. I feel like we should do. I mean,
we should do a mini series on the Faces of Death.
Do we do a rewatch? Because I'm seeing here that there was a company, Gorgon Video, who put out a box set of the Faces of Death movie. So Tracy Letts probably has this.
Okay, I love that the rights holders of Faces of Death is called Gorgon. That's fitting.
Yeah. So, it's
Gorgon Video.
Pretty reasonable. It's on sale at the moment. $35 for 5 movies.
So Gorgon Video is a film production company focusing on the subgenre of extreme horror and dark documentaries. It's based in Spain, and it's known for the film Devil Doll in 1964 and the Faces of Death series.
Okay. Do you remember which Faces of Death you watched? Was it 1 or 2?
I think it was the first one.
Okay, because Volume 1, and this is... Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's a raw feed. Fuck
it's a raw feed. We'll talk about Faces of Death.
Yeah.
Everything stays in.
It features vicious pit bull fight, the clubbing of baby seals, monkey brains. Do you remember that?
I may have seen a couple of them. Yeah, I've seen,
A man setting himself on fire in electrocution, San Francisco cultist dining on human organs, a suicidal jumper taking his final leap, and a visit to an autopsy room. Now, I saw the second one for sure. It shows guerrilla death squads in El Salvador.
The first one had the electric chair execution. I've seen that. So I've definitely seen this first one.
I remember a train disaster in India, a death museum, driver high on PCP, and boxer going down for the final count. I think Volume 2 is the one that I watched.
Okay.
And my best friend's older brother said, that shit's all real.
Oh, the first one had a plane crash. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might have to do a rewatch of the Faces of Death series. Okay, let's put a over under. If Faces of Death opens over what amount, does it automatically trigger a BO Boys do a rewatch of the Faces of Death, a watch along?
I mean, the expectations for this movie are probably in the low single digits,
So
right?
if this does over $12 million,
I mean, that's yes.
Let's
It
put
automatically
it there.
triggers it.
It
yeah.
automatically triggers a BO Boys watch along of the original, at least the first movie.
Yeah.
And we air it free. It's not on the Patreon.
Okay.
We put it on there.
All right.
So that's the deal.
Yeah.
That's what Faces of Death has on the line this weekend. If they get over 12 million, BO Boys, it's triggered automatically.
I think that's a pretty fail-safe number.
Yeah, when you're setting a line for yourself, you want to make sure you win.
Yeah.
So, I'm not saying I don't want to rewatch these movies.
Sounds like you don't.
No, I do. I just don't. I don't want it to be automatically triggered.
Okay.
But if this movie does over 12 million, automatic trigger.
Wow.
So let's quickly, before we give our predictions, we got some emails from listeners. So here is this one.
Well, we know that JS won't have any predictions for Faces of Death until Monday actuals.
Yes, and then he'll have a very accurate prediction. Yeah.
Nail it.
But we don't have one from JS, unfortunately. Okay. So we've got one from a brand new emailer, Will from the Bronx.
Whoa!
So a local boy. This is subject 13-time watcher, first-time emailer. Hey, guys, discovered your podcast on YouTube. There we go. We waved to him because he watched on YouTube via the gateway drug known as Scott Mendelson. I'm enjoying the show. Don't know what took the algorithm so long. Anyway, I left a brilliant YouTube comment about Glenn Powell on your How to Make a Killing post-mortem video. Despite your claims of being YouTubers more so than podcasters, you never responded to it in comments. Clearly had to be an oversight. Therefore, I'm giving you a second chance to discuss the profound Glenn Powell comp I came up with as I waited in jury duty that day. This was written before the seismic news broke that Glenn will voice Star Fox and Mario 2. Here it is. So now this was the comment he left. So it's older. It's about how to make a killing.
And I believe that he did post this at this time. I believe this take is a good, fresh take at the moment.
Well, it lives in on the internet.
Yeah.
Because he posted it. So this is his comment. The comp for current day Glenn Powell is Ryan Reynolds in 2014. Reynolds was also 38 at the time, and both guys were late bloomers as movie stars. At the time, Reynolds was post The Proposal, His Anyone But You, and in the death spiral of that Green Lantern R.I.P.D. stretch, his Running Man / How to Make a Killing. It wasn't until 2 years later when Deadpool saved him. I doubt that JJ movie will be a savior. Maybe it'll have to be Top Gun 3 if that ever happens. Thoughts? Will from the Bronx.
Okay, so this is hopeful. This is a hopeful career trajectory for Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
In that
great comps on Anyone But You in The Proposal and R.A.P.D. Green Lantern being Glenn Powell's a Running Man. And yeah.
Now I wonder if Ryan Reynolds had a movie like Twisters in that run, because Glenn Powell did have Twisters.
Yes.
Which was a big domestic movie, but not a great foreign take. So that does play into your viability as a star.
It all comes down to, though, the thing that Ryan Reynolds gets to always hang his hat on is he is Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else really works for Ryan Reynolds. I mean, Free Guy did do well, summer of 2021.
Again,
But it's pretty much he has Deadpool. He writes Deadpool. He is Deadpool. He lives and breathes Deadpool.
He gets back at his enemies in his Deadpool movies.
Yes. Lawsuits have to incorporate, footage from Deadpool because he made it. So he is fully wrapped up as Deadpool.
So when this goes to trial, when this whole Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively,
Mishigosh
goes to trial, Deadpool will be the lawyer for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, right? And it'll be Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
Yeah, yeah. But then, like, baby Deadpool will be a witness. Like, there's going to be multiple Deadpools on the stand behind,
Yeah.
There'll be a bailiff Deadpool. It's going to be a full Deadpool-filled trial.
It's going to be a circus.
It's going to be a circus, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
which is
continue.
why get them both back in a Colleen Hoover movie. That should be how Judge Deadpool rules.
You have to do a sequel.
You have to do a sequel. So, all to say, I don't like, Will from the Bronx mentioned maybe Maverick 3 or Top Gun 3 would be that, but he's not Maverick, Glenn Powell. He's Hangman.
Yeah.
And Hangman was great as a character in Top Gun 2, but it wasn't Deadpool. And Glenn Powell he doesn't have that.
No.
And we don't know of anything that's announced that makes us think, in a year or two, Glenn Powell's. It's not going to be Star Fox from the animated Super Mario movie.
Yeah, because it's the thing is that we're in a different world where you can't just be a superhero and it injects your career with, money and clout.
Right.
Now all those actors are sort of being laughed at. Anytime I see an actor be like, "Oh, I do more of these movies," I laugh at them.
Yeah.
When they're getting interviewed and going over their career and they're talking about how, "Oh, would you come back for another Marvel movie?" And they're like, "Yeah, I would." I'm like, that's really sad.
Right.
Like you're a goofball. Don't say that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
well, I mean, come next December, there's going to be a lot of goofballs out there because that is a huge cast list for Avengers. What is it called?
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
So I think that it's got to be a video game character. We mentioned with the great Kirk Minahan podcast, Jesus, Leisure Suit Larry.
Yeah.
If that gets announced,
that could be a
and
Deadpool.
Glenn Powell is because listen, it's he's a guy that's hypersexual, which Deadpool is. Foul-mouthed. I'm sure you could do a meta.
Was Leisure Suit Larry foul-mouthed actually in those games? Because Deadpool is foul-mouthed, but like, was Leisure Suit Larry actually? You would think he is, but was he dropping expletives?
I think there's enough wiggle room to create a character from Leisure Suit Larry only because of the sort of minimalist video games that he came from.
Yeah.
We didn't have the technology we have now
to
animate these people the way we would like them to be.
Yeah.
And I think this gives him an opportunity to bring his Glenn Powell-ness to this character.
But this has to be live action.
Live action, of course. Live action,
yeah.
Yes.
That could be. I mean, there's no announcement. I think that's the problem with Glenn Powell. Is you look at what's coming up. Like you said, it's got the J.J. Abrams movie, but is that really gonna? Who was the star of that?
No, J.J. Abrams. Who knows if that movie's even coming out? J.J. Abrams is selling his sofas from his offices.
Right.
Bad Robot's going under, baby.
Yeah, he's selling all the 8mm cameras.
Yeah. He's selling all his Spielberg memorabilia.
Wow. Yeah, so I don't know. Listen, the thing is, we root for Glenn Powell. He has been good in stuff that we like. Hitman should have came out in theaters and made $60 million domestic, and then I think we'd be, singing a whole different song.
He
about
shouldn't
him.
have done Chad Powers.
Shouldn't have done Chad Powers. Okay, so we got an emailer. One of our go-tos, wannabe oh boy Joe, wrote subject Mario Galaxy, boots on the ground reporting. Saw Mario Galaxy. If the first one was 7 out of 10, this one deserves a 4 out of 10. Pretty rough without that nostalgic feel to it. Only reason this could have any legs is because it's the only kids movie out, certainly not due to the quality of the movie. Love the show. Cheer up and smile a little bit more, Clayton, from Wannabe Joe. So do you want to give, and I don't know if Joe, I guess he's a YouTube watcher because he's talking about your expressions. Do you want to do direct into camera, give Joe a big old smile?
What is it when a man is misogynist towards another man? What is that when you tell me to smile?
That's just bros broing out.
I won't smile for anyone. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm just not gonna. This is a serious topic. But box office is serious.
Okay. I'll give Joe a smile. I'll give him one. There we go. I gave Joe a smile direct into camera there. So thank you, Joe, for that. Yeah, thanks for trying to get Clayton to smile. You did your
How
best.
dare he? I'll never smile again.
You did your best.
He did his best. He told me to smile. What are you talking about?
We got an email from the great wannabe oh boy Marcus.
I want to smile for Marcus, but I'm not gonna, because Joe ruined it for everyone.
Wow. Marcus would have got a smile, but not
Kirk
after that
Minahan.
Joe email.
You see how I was beaming when Kirk Minahan was announced to be our guest for Kirk 20, and then when he was on the show, I couldn't help but smile. And Joe's like, "Oh, you don't smile enough."
Well, to be fair, he did send that email probably before the last episode with Kirk. So
okay,
Joe sent this before you were beaming for Kirk 20.
Okay.
So got an email
ruined it
from
for everybody.
The great Marcus.
Sorry, Marcus.
So a pre-apology to Marcus that you will not smile during this email. The subject is Super Mario Galaxy and the Zootopia crowd. Hey guys, want to put in a word for Star Fox's impact on the Super Mario opening weekend. Let's look at some of the press coverage about this movie, namely an article titled, "Look, I'm not a furry, but when I see Fox McCloud, I get it." And then he sends a link to an article from Kotaku.com, which I think is like a gaming.
Yeah, it's like the gaming Deadspin, all that.
Yeah. So
nonsense.
Sends that link, which again, look, I'm not a furry, but when I see Fox McCloud, I get it. And then says, after the moment Nick had when Zootopia premiered in 2016, it feels like Nintendo is knowingly putting their biggest furry bait hero on the largest stage it can. That was a quote from the article. And then Marcus continues, so remember Fox, when you're divvying up the millions, he's bringing in a certain demographic who need their cheese too. Thanks, Marcus. So we're not divvying up the millions yet on Super Mario Galaxy, though I think we may have to at some point.
We'll have to see what the next weekend is. I mean, because if it is truly as bad as everybody says it is, it really could fall off a cliff.
But the furry factor, what do you think of this furry factor?
Yeah, I mean, the perverts are eating. I mean, definitely like Zootopia 2. Then there was another, Goat.
Yes, of course.
And now you've got this Fox McCloud.
Yeah. And you could maybe throw Hoppers in there. I don't know.
Hoppers for sure. Yeah. I mean, they're not talking like people.
Yeah.
Although they might a little bit. That might be a little bit. I don't think Hoppers really counts. I think it's like you could do Goat. You could do Zootopia for sure. And then, Fox McCloud for sure. So
talk about Glenn Powell.
That's
but the thing is, it's not live action. If he was in a full furry suit, if these Super Mario movies were live action, like Barbie style, and Glenn Powell was in a full fox suit,
furry suit,
that could be
something.
That could have been something.
That could be his Deadpool.
Yeah,
there we go. That's the Deadpool.
Is the live action? So instead of doing
him sweating, but the problem with that is that you don't see his punum.
Right.
He's just going to be sweating in this mascot costume.
Right.
Basically.
Right. Yeah. It's tough, but it does. This is going to help Super Mario. That the furries are.
I'm pitching it.
Okay,
I'm pitching an idea. This is sort of like an Ender's Game sort of twist on Fox McCloud, where Glenn Powell is a down on his luck loser, right? That just happens to be, looks maxed and totally chiseled and in amazing shape. But he's a loser. He's poor. He's broke.
He wears glasses.
He's
got like floppy hair or whatever. Yeah.
And he loses whatever job he had, and he gets a gig in a furry costume playing Fox McCloud. Aliens come down.
Okay.
And they're like, they know the games and they think they're real.
Okay.
And they're like, you are Fox McCloud. You need to save our planet.
I love
this. And so he is like, I got nothing else going on.
Yep. I'm a loser, baby. So why don't you kill me?
But we can't anymore with that song.
Okay.
It's not, you can't sing that song anymore.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Especially at colleges. Try singing that at karaoke at a frat party. They'll say, don't sing about unaliving yourself.
Yeah. Well, that's why we don't play colleges anymore.
We don't.
The B.O. Boys.
One of the many reasons. Yeah. One of the many reasons. We have the list.
Yeah.
We will release it someday. But anyway, they take him up in the ship, and he has to pretend to be this fox.
Mm-hmm.
And these aliens, maybe they're like blind or some shit. Like they can't really see.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
they can't see us really well or whatever. So
Yeah,
they think
yeah.
he looks like a real fox. But he's in this furry suit.
Mm-hmm.
So then you get him, Glenn Powell, to be a furry, but then also for people with regular needs and wants, get to see him take the suit off when the aliens aren't around,
Right.
and he's just sweaty.
Yes.
And shirtless. And
Yes.
he can't wear anything in the suit because he sweats so much.
Yeah, and the suit stinks.
And it stinks, but he has to wear it and pretend to be this fox to save the universe.
That's part of being a furry, right? It's like you want the suit to stink.
I don't know. I'm not well versed,
Okay.
but probably.
Yeah.
But so anyway, so so then you get best of both worlds.
Yeah. I think that could be what breaks him. That could be it. But
And he does full frontal nudity and you see his sweaty balls.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if Nintendo is going to go that way, but maybe. I mean, if Glenn Powell pushed. The thing is, Ryan Reynolds, he pushed for Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
He pushed, no, you've got to go. It's got to be R-rated.
Yeah.
It's got to be vulgar. He pushed. So will Glenn Powell push for live-action Star Fox? He's a furry in space, full frontal nudity.
Mm-hmm.
The costume stinks.
Sweaty balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will he push the way Ryan Reynolds did? I don't know.
Did he have the
Or has he got to do season 2 of Chad Powers?
That's the
I don't know.
thing.
So we got one last email from the great Julian, our UK correspondent.
Oh,
So,
hello, Julian.
hey, guys.
Sorry, I'd smile, but
but
I'm protesting.
Yeah, Joe. Boots on the ground from Southeast England. Just got back from a Saturday afternoon visit to my local Cineworld. Oh, my God. This usually quiet cinema was rocking. I cannot remember a time when it was even close to being this packed. And this is in reference to Super Mario.
Mm.
I was going to see the drama, but this looked really busy, so I swerved into the new Aaron Taylor Johnson joint. Oh, wait, no. Sorry.
How old is this email?
No, this is just this past Saturday. So anyway, I'll just go back. This usually quiet cinema was rocking. I cannot remember a time when it was even close to being this packed. I was going to see the drama, but this looked really busy, so I swerved into the new Aaron Taylor Johnson joint Fuse. Even this, a film starring ATJ, was pretty full. And when I came out, the whole place was even busier. I actually found the whole thing quite emotional. It was lovely to see and feel that buzz again. There was even a queue at ticket tearing. Hallelujah. Keep up the great work. Love, 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 love the podcast. And then a PS, sorry, forgot to mention, standee-wise, there was a big one from Michael, a decent-sized one for Alan Cummings' Brian Cox film, and tucked away in the corner and stuck up with blue tape, a tiny, weeny, teeny poster for Avengers Doomsday.
Whoa, okay.
Perhaps the size reflects the potential BO. And, yeah, so great boots on the ground from England.
Yeah.
From Julian. So, yeah, Julian went to go see a Aaron Taylor Johnson joint called Fuse.
So
that is, I guess, UK only.
Okay, I was going to say, was that released in America?
No,
or is it
there
coming?
are still movies that just don't come here. I mean,
Will they come out early in the UK? Or?
This Brian Cox, Alan Cumming movie, because he sent the poster, it's called Glenrothen, and it's Alan Cumming smiling, and then Brian Cox
not smiling, doing what I'm doing.
Doing what you're doing.
Protesting.
Yeah. So you're doing a Brian Cox.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what Brian Cox would think of you as an actor, because he's always ripping apart actors. He's like Daniel Day-Lewis stinks, and De Niro stinks, and Jeremy Strong was a bum, but I love him, but he stinks. And, he gives his magazine articles. He's like, Meryl Streep has never acted, a day in her life. And would he think you were good in that Tony Zaret movie that we acted in?
The Tony Zaret video?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have a better chance of passing the Brian Cox test than you did. No offense.
Okay.
I do think I was in the moment.
Okay.
At least in a few of those shots.
And I was in my head.
You were in your head.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It happens.
And do you think, though, both of us would get better reviews from Brian Cox than Jeremy Strong has ever gotten?
Oh, that's a good question. I sort of wonder what Tarantino would think. Would he put us in there with Matthew Lillard?
Yeah, yeah. I would love to get Brian Cox and Tarantino to do a watch along of the Tony Zared video that we acted.
Well, I mean, that's the podcast. Should be the two of them just talking about the actors they hate.
Yes. Yeah, Two Old Crabs. That should be the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Brian Cox and Alan Cumming are in a movie, but the theater was rocking over in England. Man,
they used to be a hub. That used to be a place to be on a Saturday, Friday night.
Yeah.
Saturday day.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is,
he wanted to go see the drama, but it was too busy. So he swerved into the Aaron Taylor Johnson movie feud.
We used to do that all the time.
Yeah.
You go and it'd be, this movie is sold out.
Yep.
You're going to have to see a different movie. And then you go see that movie and you're like, oh, this movie's great too.
Yep.
The runoff crowd, that's when you know movie going is back.
Yes.
When the runoff happens.
Yes.
When people show up and they're just like, I just want to see a movie. And then, oh, too late, sold out.
I'll see something else.
Speaking of which, and I know we got to go.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any more mailbag?
That's the end of the mailbag. We just got to do our predictions.
Okay, but talking about sold out, these Dune 3 70mm IMAX tickets that are selling for thousands of dollars because there's only, I believe, 19 70mm IMAXs in the whole country?
Need to be more, obviously.
There needs to be more IMAXs in general, real IMAXs.
Yep.
I mean, this is the most important thing facing this country.
Yes.
With Dune.
Of all the shortages that we are currently having, about to have, that are being manufactured as we speak, all these shortages, the IMAX shortage is the most pressing.
We're talking about Dune. That's a movie that comes out in December.
Mm-hmm.
We have a deadline. The Odyssey is coming out in July.
Yeah.
And that needs to be, we need to be building now.
Yeah.
We needed to start yesterday.
Oh, yes.
We
should be cutting ribbons on these IMAXs ahead of July. I do not understand how there are not 10,000 new IMAXs that are ready to open up a month from now.
Yeah. And so we're seeing, and I saw this. I talked to somebody who their partner was trying to get tickets for this Dune 3.
Wow.
And was basically waiting in the queue, sort of like, oh, I can get, I'm on it. I'm getting up early. I'm on my laptop. I'm gonna get it. Gone in 60 seconds.
Wow.
Gone.
And they're selling them for $1,000 a pop.
Yeah. Now, there will be, obviously they're going to open up more showings, and now it's just like the 7 p.m.s and the 11 p.m.s and stuff like that. But still, this shows that there is such a want for the best screen experience possible.
Yeah, and that Dune 3 is going to suck all the life out of Doomsday.
Oh.
Which right now they're scheduled to be the same day, but it seems like Doomsday is going to move to December 11th.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you got a movie where people are on the black market, they're on Silk Road spending $1,000 a pop to get these tickets, Avengers Doomsday is going to be a joke by the time Dune 3 opens.
You won't be able to give tickets away.
Yeah. People are like, I'll trade you 18 Doomsday tickets for one Dune 3 ticket.
No thanks.
Spit in your face.
Yep.
Spit in your goddamn face.
So
those are our emails. We'll be following this Dune 3 scalping situation, which is a great situation. Love to.
Oh, this is great.
But we do want. It's great because people want to see this movie. It's bad because there are not the right amount of screens that are needed for this.
It's a great sign, but when something like this happens, you have to react to it and give the people what they want.
Right. They shouldn't be in a situation where they got to pay $1,000 a head to be able to see an opening weekend 70mm IMAX screen.
And the theater doesn't get that money.
Right. Let's do our top 5 predictions for this weekend. So, Clayton, would you like to go first or second?
I'll go second. I think I've been going first a lot.
All right, I'll go first. So Super Mario Galaxy movie is going to be number 1. It made 130 last 3-day weekend. I think a 50%. I don't think this is going to hold like I think the first one held at like 35% drop. Like, I don't think this is going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But 65 million, 50% on the head. Number 2 is Project Hail Mary. Last weekend it made 31. It's got to fall down to earth a little bit now. So like 17 for second place. Number 3, I think is going to be Faces of Death.
So you're thinking we're going to have to watch this movie?
I think Faces of Death is going to do 11, and then number 4 is going to be You, Me, and Tuscany and do like 9 or 10. I think it's a photo finish. It's a horse race.
Wow.
For number 3 and 4. But I think Faces of Death is going to catch some air. We may have to do a watch along. We may not have set the bar high enough.
Wow, that is a that I think is a crazy prediction.
And then number 5 is going to be the drama. It made 14 million.
Wait, didn't you already do 5?
No, 3 and 4 are the 2 new movies.
Okay.
And then number 5, I think, is the drama, which made 14 million last weekend. I think this is going to have maybe a little bit of a harsher drop. I think it's going to make like 6 million second weekend.
Yeah.
I think people are abuzz, but I don't know if people are abuzz saying you got to go see it. I don't know. We'll see. I hope it holds and makes 10 million, but we'll see.
I sort of feel like nobody's even talking about this movie now, today.
Yeah, I think people are talking about it, but I don't know if it's a you got to go see it to believe it thing. I think it's just a lot of memes of a lot of Haim.
Yeah, which we're not complaining about.
Not complaining about. So that's my top 5.
And usually I smile at that, Alana Haim, because I'm a fan, but I can't because Joe. Super Mario Galaxy, number 1, slam doink. I agree. I think it makes like what is 60? Like 59?
Okay.
I'd say 59.
Okay, 59.
Number 2, Project Hail Mary. I agree. I think it drops like 50%.
Yep.
15.
Yep.
15 million. Number 3, I think You, Me, and Tuscany.
Okay.
I just think that it has more of a appeal to people.
Okay.
I'm going to go 11. Under that, I think we're looking at the drama.
Okay.
But I do think it drops 50%. I think it's going to make $7 million.
Okay.
And then I think, oh man, so I think at 5, it is going to be Faces of Death.
Okay.
But I think it's going to only make like $4 million.
Okay.
4.7.
All right.
Is what I say for Faces of Death.
Well, we will not be back to recap the results of this weekend. So breaking news, you're going to be in transit. You're going to be on assignment, but not for the show. You got things to do. You won't be. And I will also be traveling Sunday, Monday, because I'm going to CinemaCon in Las Vegas next week. It is going to be, Clayton, you couldn't make it.
Nope.
You just, business called and you answered and you said sure. But I'm going to CinemaCon on behalf of the BO Boys. I'm going to be out there with the great Jeff Bach of Exhibitor Relations Co. And we are going to all of the studio panels, day by day, every day out in Vegas, going to these panels, getting feted by the studios, presented to. I'm sure there'll be stars there. There'll be directors, all sorts of, there'll be showgirls. There'll be like elephants on the stage, whatever they do in Vegas. And we'll be covering it. We're going to do a bunch of podcasts on this feed. Me and Jeff doing some wrap-ups. I'm going to be out there posting on the BO Boys Substack, daily reports. So we won't have a proper BO Boys results show Sunday, Monday. But next week, a lot of coverage of CinemaCon out in Las Vegas. So I think the Wanna-BO Boys, Wanna-BO Girls, Wanna-BO people will be more than satiated. They're going to be busting with content.
It's going to be so much content.
Yeah. Are you? How jealous are you that you will not be in Las Vegas for 5 days straight to go to presentations?
I'm upset I won't get to see Jeff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'd go where Jeff goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But me and Jeff are going to Vegas. You're not going to see the Paramount slate, the Warner Brothers slate, the Sony slate. Disney is showing off their slate.
Okay. Any other slates?
Lionsgate will have their slate.
Okay.
Neon is also bringing a slate.
Oh,
Sony,
slate.
they will have a slate.
Okay.
And I am getting word in the earpiece, Universal Pictures will be presenting their slate.
All right.
So a lot of slates will be presented and covered in Vegas next week.
Exciting.
So
excited for you. Excited to hear the content.
Yeah, a lot of content coming, written, spoken word. Probably not video. There won't be any video because what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So, so me and Jeff Bach will be on the town and out on the town. We'll be out on the town and we'll be on this podcast feed. So very exciting. So email us, theboboyspodcast@gmail.com. Email us what you're looking forward to hearing about at CinemaCon. Because me and Jeff could do, I know you're going to hate this, Clayton, but then you might miss out on some mailbag answering if me and Jeff answer mailbag questions in CinemaCon.
Jeff better smile.
So
don't make Joe mad.
Email us.
Joe likes his men smiling.
Just give him one to camera. Just a little turn and smile.
No.
This is for you, Joe. Right to camera. Ready?
He didn't want you to smile. He didn't ask for that.
All the time. So email us to theboboyspodcast@gmail.com. Let us know what you want to hear about at CinemaCon. Follow us on social media at the BOBoysPod, Instagram, TikTok. Follow us, of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We are YouTubers. Hey, guys.
Hey, guys.
Subscribe to the Substack channel because I am going to be posting on that Substack next week. So that is late breaking news. Goes right to the Substack. So subscribe there. Link in the show notes. 5 stars at Apple Podcasts. And that is it. That is all I got, Clayton. I got none left.
Pat, you've said it all.
All right. Well, I could get to Vegas now. Viva
There's
Las
nothing to
Vegas.
say.
Yep. I'm out of here.
Except for smile and
until next time, we'll smell you at the box office. Nailed it. Hey, guys.